everyone, welcome back to the channel, and I just watched The Wild Robot. After being stranded on what appears to be an inhabited island, a robot named Roz, in search of following the programming by completing a number of tasks, she finds herself trying to complete the ultimate task, being a mother to an orphan baby goose, while also creating a bond with some of the other animals that inhabit the island. That is the basic premise of The Wild Robot, and let me tell you, I've been really looking forward to this one. I'm a very big fan of Dreamworks when it comes to the animated films, and this one in particularly really looked interesting. I mean, I remember looking at some of the concept art that came out of this film, I was like, oh, this looks kind of interesting. And then that first teaser came out, and I was like, oh shit. This one teaser alone had me fucking crying. So already I knew that they had something special with this one. It's been getting good reviews, it's been getting good word of mouth, but what do I think of the film? You guys have to remember that any movie that I go into, I go with very neutral expectations. So after watching The Wild Robot, I can say shit! This shit was fucking amazing! Everything about it was amazing from beginning to end. From the voice acting, the animation, the writing, the storytelling, fucking the soundtrack, the score. Everything about this shit is amazing. I find it really fucking hard where to even start to praise. I'm gonna try to do this as fucking calmly as possible. Understand that this shit was peak. It was peak, y'all. I mean, I guess the best way to start this is by talking about the animation, which is, of course, absolutely beautiful. So beautiful, so detailed. I love this art direction of the watercolors. It almost looks like an actual painting sometimes. It almost looks like pastels. I fucking love it so much. And really say that this is not the first time we've actually seen this kind of art direction from a Dreamworks movies. The last time they did this was with Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. It kind of has a similar style to it, but still different enough to where it's not exactly the same. But you can definitely see some of the similarities between the art direction of Puss in Boots: The Last Wish and The Wild Robot. But I'm not saying that in a bad way. This art direction worked for this kind of story. It's so good, it's beautiful, it's very detailed. Oh god, this is the kind of shit that makes me really love animation. Now let's talk about the voice cast here, because holy shit, there's a lot of big names in this cast. But I want to mainly focus on Lupita Nyong'o as Roz. Holy shit, she gives a fucking incredible performance. Don't get me wrong, everybody else in the film does a great job with their performance, okay? But especially Lupita Nyong'o, holy fuck. I mean, I feel like she has the biggest task out of everyone else in the cast, because she plays more than one version of Roz in this film. At the beginning, she really much plays your typical robot that follows the orders kinda archetype. As the movie kind of progresses, she slowly kind of breaks away from that. The transition from what she was at the beginning to what she kind of ends up becoming by the end is truly fascinating.
You are defective. I feel fine. You should not feel anything at all.
You also have Pedro Pascal as Fig the Fox, who's legitimately a really funny character. At first, it was kind of hard to see if this was actually Pedro Pascal, because he actually does a pretty good job in making his voice sound different enough. It's not just his normal speaking voice, and I really appreciated that. Not only that, he plays a really fun character. At first, he really starts as kind of an asshole, just sly fox, but then as the film progresses, he also kind of opens up a little bit more and becomes a legitimately charming and very sweet character.
Swimming's easy. I can teach him the way my mom taught me. Swim!
The little goose that Roz takes care of, whose name is Brightbill, is amazing as well. I don't know the child actor that plays him, but he also does a great job when it's like a little baby goose. But when he grows up, he's played by Kit Connor, and I think he actually does a great job as well. He brings that teenage edge that isn't obnoxious or annoying. It's actually almost kind of relatable to a certain extent. He's trying to find a place to fit in while he's constantly being shunned by everywhere and everyone. And while it might be a little bit cliche, the way that they portray it and the way that they handle it, I thought was very well done. To where even though, yes, it is a little bit cliche, it doesn't matter, because how it's done is what's most important. It doesn't matter how many times you use a cliche or a trope. As long as you do your own twist on it and it's effective, then boy, you have fucking gold on your hands. And believe me, this movie that doesn't have gold, this movie has diamonds. You should have Bill Nye, Stephanie Sue, Mark Hamill, Kathleen O'Hara, Matt Berry, and and Ving fucking Rhames. I mean, this fucking cast is amazing. And again, not everybody gets a lot to say or do in this film, but they are still handled so well that even if a character doesn't get like a ton of screen time, they still get enough of a spotlight to where that was worth it. What matters is that the characters are fun and that they're well written, and this movie does those two things incredibly well. This film's script is absolutely genius. One thing I always forget about a lot of DreamWorks movies is that a lot of them seem to be based on children's books, and yes, The Wild Robot is based on a series of children's books. And I'll be honest, I haven't read the book, so I can't really speak from experience of how this compares to the book, but what I saw was really fucking amazing. And from what I've seen from Twitter, the actual writer and illustrator of the books himself has kind of come out and said, yeah, this movie's fucking great, and they did justice to my work. So if the book's writer is coming out and saying, yeah, they fucking cooked, then believe me, they fucking cooked it. But the reason why the script of the film is so genius is because it plays with a lot of tropes and with a lot of things that we are familiarized with other movies or literature, but it's how the movie plays with these ideas. Yes, there's a lot of things in this movie that, oh, I've seen that somewhere else. Oh, I've seen this in another movie. But it's how the film executes all these different ideas, what makes it special. The movie plays with a lot of tropes and with a lot of things that are very familiarized with these kind of movies, especially these animated movies where there's talking animals. Yes, this movie is very cute. Shit, it is ungodly cute. So fucking cute that I think I got diabetes of how fucking sweet and adorable this shit is. But for every cute and adorable scene there's also a lot of comedic moments. There's a lot of dark comedy in this that was like, holy shit, they did that. I'm not gonna spoil it. There is a specific joke that they do at the beginning of the film that was like, oh wow, I was not expecting them to do that. But that's not the only joke that's like that. There's a lot of really dark humor shit in this film that I was not expecting, but I absolutely loved. And of course, this movie has a lot of sad and dark moments in it. I was actually surprised on some of the darker moments that this film had. I was like, this is like actually kind of hard. Like, I could see how some kids might be a little bit uncomfortable with some of these scenes, but I love that. Kids deserve stuff like this. The kids deserve to be challenged with these ideas, with these concepts, instead of just babysitting them constantly. This movie shows the dark side of nature in a way that is kind of fucked up, but funny as well, and also sad at the same time. This movie made me cry. Not tear up. This movie made me cry like a little baby. And not once, not twice, but 3 times in the movie I cried, and I cried hard. Like I said, I was crying like a little goo goo gaga baby. And some of it's because it's sad, some of it because it's shocking, and some of it's because it's so fucking sweet. There's specifically one moment in the film. It's in the trailers, but I won't spoil it either way. It was so fucking adorable and sweet, and combined with the animation and the beautiful score, it was like, oh god, why? And let's talk about that score. Oh bitch. This score is fucking bitching amazing. Chris Bowers is who scored this film, and oh my god, what a fucking incredible job. This score is fucking powerful. This shit will make you feel things. Not only the score is a big part of that, don't get me wrong, but this film will just make you feel a lot of shit. So much shit. Ah, fuck. It is crazy to me that we have 2 new animated movies based around robots, and both of them are fucking incredible. If you're gonna go to the movie theater and do a double feature, please, for the love of God, go watch both The Wild Robot and Transformers 1. This is the perfect double feature for anybody that wants to go watch 2 movies in the theater right now. Especially if you have a family and kids, these movies are perfect for this shit. Now, the film does end to where it alludes that there could be a sequel in the future, but I really do not give a shit. This movie is so fucking good that it doesn't matter if it has a sequel or not. It's perfect as it is. This movie made me happy, it made me laugh, it made me cry. It was just an overall roller coaster of a bunch of emotions, and it was the best fucking roller coaster I've been in such a fucking long ass time. I cannot wait to watch this again. I really want to go back and watch this again, and honestly, I want to go watch it another 2 times. You know, no, fuck it, I want to watch it 3 more. No, I want to watch it 5 more times, because this film absolutely fucking deserves it. So if I were to give The Wild Robot a rating, it would absolutely be, without a single fucking inch of a doubt be a 10 out of fucking 10. This movie was amazing from beginning to end. Everything about it just works. It is one of those films that is so fucking incredible, so well made, with so much love and passion put into it that you see it in every single frame. You see it in the characters, you see it in the writing, you see it in the animation, you see it in the music, you see it in every little crack of this film, and I absolutely love it for it, and I cannot wait to watch it more times in the future. And this film is a definitive future classic that will test the time as one of the greatest animated films of all time.
I am a wild robot.
But what do you think of the Wild Robot? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Or are you just kind of in the middle? If you hate this shit, I will fucking come after you. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about it. And like always, good day, good night, and stay safe.